you have an updated ID, guy? Actually, you're not the one I want to ask. You.
What do you mean updated?
You recently did like this. Did you update and change names?
No.
What are you talking about?
So you know we're doing a whole process of IDs in June, right? Everybody's getting a new ID.
Why?
Mass registration,
yes.
mass re-registration, so to speak. Plus, a lot of people turned 18.
Uh-huh.
You know, we have like 1 million people turn 18 every year.
But now maybe my ID is still Kawa. I also have to still get in June.
Yes. Even if your ID is Kawa, you have to just get again. So they had put a new billing process, like they did with passports. Remember? We're getting new
Yes.
passports, and then they sort of made people pay.
Because of the biometrics.
And then they made people pay. So they're doing that as well, updating our ID system. And they had said that 50,000 to renew your ID, 40,000 if you had lost it. But they have scrapped that.
So how much is it now?
Free.
You lie.
Absolutely.
The government is giving us something for free.
For free.
The government of the Republic of Uganda.
Yeah, there's a catch.
Wait, the interim government.
He said catch. He
There's a
said
catch.
There's a catch. He said
I
there's
knew
a
it.
catch.
There's a
For
catch.
free.
Okay, let me tell you something, guy.
If these guys could tax oxygen, they would do it. What do you mean for free?
Guy. The catch has nothing to do with what I've just said.
What is the
So
catch?
everything I've just said is for free. That's not changing.
So stolen ID, whatever.
Now, stolen, if you have a police report, free.
Okay. Yeah, idea.
Yeah. There is, however, a 300,000 charge if you want to change your name.
Change how? Like now.
Like now, Gaetano decides I want to be called Guy 5 with the letter 5. Eh?
He'll have to pay 300K.
Wait, with the letter 5.
The number 5.
What,
Not
what
I mean.
English is that?
This guy, if he wants to change his name to this,
To Guy 5.
you pay 300,000.
So for name change.
Name change.
So for anything on your ID
Yeah.
needs to be edited?
Yes, but the name change is not for people like, say, Anne, who has gotten married and is taking on the husband's name. That's still free. Or you're divorced and you're removing the husband's name.
Okay.
That's still free. But if you're waking up one morning and saying, I want to stop being called Marcus, which is, and I want to be called Habib Abdul Shaban. Mitwaraga.
No, but I mean, if you're changing for just
I
feel like 300K.
I've woken up one
is
morning
fair.
and I want a new name.
I think that's fair.
Okay, so
300,000. Everything else, guy, say it with me. This NRM government is nice. Say it with me.
For free.
Absolutely free. Say it. Stupid.
Okay, let me ask you this. So I read somewhere that yes, they'll charge that 300,000 shillings if you're editing, but if it's at no fault of their own and you want to make those changes, yes, you pay the 300,000. If it's at a fault of their own, they messed up on your ID,
yeah.
it's for free.
Yes.
Okay.
But I also heard something along the lines of, I think it was the ICT minister.
Chris Bariomos.
Yes, he said something because guys sometimes try to be a bit shady, and try and change certain things in ABCD. You're going to pay that 300,000.
And the guy said, the reason why we are charging such exorbitantly, and we know it's exorbitant, is because some people are not honest.
Yes.
And they're going to use this process to get, to become aliases.
vet them.
Yeah.
Sort of deter.
So if you want to become a thug, okay, you pay. But if you're an honest Ugandan who just wants a national ID to operate, free
for
of
free.
charge.
I think free.
Mganda wanki.
Not free.
That's free.
Uganda
But what are the wait times?
Now things move.
Really?
Yeah, no.
So I will not apply for my ID today and get it when my child is graduating high school?
Quick, smart, and minus slow.
So none of this. I know somebody who knows somebody.
You don't need to know anyone. You've seen what has happened with the driver's license.
That one, that process.
Yeah.
Driver's license and passport.
Same. It's all done here by Ugandan systems, by Ugandans in Uganda. So why do you think the ID will be any different?
Let me try.
Anyway.
So, speaking of no more free, actually I'm worried about hotels. So let me give you context. So the president was in Kenya. Remember the last time when he was in Kenya and he talked about when he was assuring those guys, the people who lend money.
Yes.
We talked about it.
Yes.
He said something and his ministers have decided we must also start what the president has said. He said, I don't want to go, I have been trying to borrow money
Him as the president.
as the president.
And he has to borrow for the country.
He has to borrow for the country. He says, I've been,
For himself.
Hey, do you think he
he
needs
says,
to borrow?
every time I try to borrow money,
These neo-colonial civil servants who have been holding us back, I have put my foot down, say, I don't want to hear those stories. And Uganda is developing, and it will develop, because I don't entertain that nonsense anymore. Borrowing for what? Capacity building. Imagine, seminars, they call you in a hotel, you eat chapati, you eat mandazi. They say that is capacity building. Capacity building should be on the ground, not just seminars. Those people who talk about private sector-led growth, I have been trying to borrow money for our UDB, Uganda Development Bank, a bank which funds manufacturers. No, I don't get support for that. Instead, they want me to go, my people to go to commercial banks. No, those commercial banks are to encourage imports. Because the only person who can borrow money and pay it back from a commercial bank is a trader who goes to China, goes to where, Dubai, brings products, sells them quickly, and pays back. So, if you are serious, I needed to hear about the low-cost funding for manufacturing.
so anyway, so it goes on and on and on and on. About maybe sometime last week, your PS of health,
That's Diana
Miss
Atwine.
Diana Atwine.
Ms. Diana Atwine,
Yes.
was talking to people, and then she said this.
Volume. Volume us.
We don't want to hear this thing of capacity building in hotels. If you want to do capacity here in the hospital here, come here, go to the ward. If you want to talk about acute care or how to manage help, get to the ward. Don't go to the hotel. That's not where the patients are here. We are banning the partners here. We don't want to hear anything like those things of workshops. Workshops must stop. I don't want to hear, and even in the ministry, they know my stand on this one. We must optimize resources to the people who need those. Instead of, okay, I know the hotel people also want to earn money, but let them earn money through tourism and other things, not us, no. Let that money go to save. Let that money buy gloves. Let that money buy phytoscope that is faulty. Let that money help to buy antiseptics on the ward. Those are the things we want to see. And that's when we are going to change the landscape of this country. That's how we are going to change the sector of this country. It's not in seminars. It's not in all those things of words, big words, capacity building, strategic, whatever. Those things don't work. They will just hypnotize us. We have been hypnotized for so long. Now we are out of that hypnosis and we must just get here. Whatever work that needs to be done here. And the letter is coming to partners. The letter is coming, a serious one. If we see you taking our people away from our hospitals in seminars to eat mandas and chapati every day, that is not, you are our enemy.
If we're going to capacity build, we do it in the hospital, in the ward, where the actual patient is.
Yes.
This business of going, it's almost copy-paste what the president said, of going into a hotel, eat chapati, mandazi,
Yes.
then to come and say, but you know, Ward B has no electricity, it has not had electricity for 7 days. Why don't you do it from the ward? And we see if actually they don't have electricity.
Thank you.
But you see, capacity building, when you do go for these meetings.
It has to have chapati and mandazi.
No.
That is also true.
My point is this. When you go for capacity building, you're going to sit down, you're going to talk, you're going to take notes, You're going to need a place that you can sort of have separate meetings within a particular area on the sideline. This is what capacity building is for you to be able to formulate certain issues. Hold on, my point is coming. When you go to the hospital where people are sick, where they need to be working, why am I inconveniencing them with a meeting?
She's
What
not
nonsense is that?
saying.
Why am I going to be in a place that has a,
Listen,
I
she's
need-
not
hold on,
saying.
hold on.
Okay.
I need a place where we can concentrate, where it's quiet. A woman is giving birth. For goodness sakes, there's an operation somebody is getting, and they're screaming. I'm going to capacity build there? Nonsense. Go to a place that is quiet. Go to a place where you can put in money, because that money, like you said, you're creating jobs anyway, so the money is going right back into the system. For you to say don't go onto the, that is on the ground. You are meeting. So don't tell me you can't go to a place like a hotel.
Do you want to answer or I leave it to you?
Give me.
Mu-
Because now
mukurekere?
I'm passionate.
Okay.
Mumpe.
Mukuwadde.
Kaitan.
Mukuwadde.
Nowhere in her statement did she go and say, sit on a sick patient's bed and let's discuss
Yeah, but
this.
you're in a-
Ah! You talked, but fool.
She did not say, sit on the patient's bed and let's discuss capacity building. And you think that women give birth on every floor of every room in the hospital? What hospitals are you going to? Where you walk in reception, someone is giving birth. Then 2 steps away, someone is being cut open. Then 2 steps away. You think that a hospital is only hospital rooms. There's no such thing as an office
Or a
or a
boardroom.
space that is not
Those
a
spaces are
ward.
not big enough for the number of people
Yes,
that you want to
they
have in one
are.
room.
Kakati Kakugambe.
Yes, they are.
Especially our national referral hospitals. They are well furnished to have all of these conferences and then some. I assure you, Gaetano, I assure you, she knows what she speaks of. That conversation, that video was in a hospital.
Yeah.
And she had a PA system. And I can assure you,
When you-
patients couldn't even hear what she
Of
was
course.
saying because the
Patients
hospital
need
was well
quiet.
built.
They need silence.
Now,
You are there
they can't
talking-
hear her.
Yeah.
They can't hear her because that is how well those hospitals are built. They don't hear what she's saying. She's on a mic. And it's only the people in the room who can hear her because it is well built. And then she goes on in her statement to say that money that you're taking to a hotel, that money that you're taking to whatever, buy gloves, buy medication. Guys, every day hospitals are saying we don't have mama kits. Women are sharing instruments as they give birth because there's no money because it's going into capacity building for people to have chapati and mandazi. She is absolutely 110% right. Our health sector is not failing, it has failed.
TK, do you have a mic? I want to give her and she does like this.
Failed. She is absolutely right. She's on a mic. Going to that hospital and ask, can you guys hear what Dr. Diana Atwin is saying? They can't.
And just to add, sir, because she has been too passionate, I will not do it at her level of volume because the most important thing is that when you go for these capacity buildings in hotels, people discuss a lot of hypotheticals. But do you know that last week there was not a single glove available from August till May? Like, okay, we are here. We go and see how
Go
many
and
gloves
check.
are there.
Bring the log.
Bring the log.
When was the last time this medication was bought? It has been 6 months.
Here, we see.
Now we're in the hospital. We don't know. We do not have this information.
Madam, what they told me, the doctor told me that they ran out in November
Guys,
of 2021.
Give me 5 minutes. Kankome
Go, come back, check. Said Sebo, you are lying and a chicken thief. They have gloves even up to now.
But what are you going to do in a hotel? You talk
Besides be
about
fancy.
sideline discussions, whatever. You can do that in a hospital. It's not impossible.
So you're going to take up a space of a hospital.
That is earmarked
Also-
for that exactly. For that exact purpose.
The only downside
those
is hotels are going
capacity
to lose
building.
business.
Hotels lose business, yes.
That's the only downside. And she said, let hotels do tourism.
Let them do tourism.
And
Promote yourselves.
yes, but we are not going to eat our money.
You're not going to get rich on the Ministry of Health's dime, yet the Ministry of Health's dime is
Can be
supposed to
used
be
to other
helping
things.
people.
Said by Diana.
If she can actually live up to it, it's an amazing thing. If she can
I
live up to
agree
it.
with it 10,000%. And
And if
speaking
other
of-
ministries go with that agenda, it's a huge saving.
So you want it across the board.
Across the board.
Across the board.
You, Ministry of Energy, all of you at all ministries, these days all ministries have big buildings.
Fine.
Ministry of Health, Energy, Transport, all of them have boardrooms.
Marcus and Anne-Marie, fine. Let's see how long that lasts. Let's see how long.
That's
that
why we're
lasts.
saying if they follow through,
If they follow
it would be
through,
wonderful.
It makes sense.
But you know, we're dealing with human beings.
I concede.
We don't know.
Even me
how
agree.
far.
If they follow through,
If they
we're on the
follow
right
through.
track.
Because one thing that our people do, they're very good at handwriting and putting things down on paper.
They're like Arsenal. Handwriting, nice.
But the actual reality on the ground,
But you talked about things on paper. Can I tell you something that is making me exceptionally happy? If you guys remember how I felt about Anita Among last season and this season, that Mabati BS.
iron sheets.
Right Honorable Speaker Anita Among. You remember how she was chest thumping?
She's like
When-
you know those batteries?
Eh.
They're called
Triple A.
A.
Anita Among.
Yeah.
You remember how she was chest thumping about the UK sanctions and me, I won't do anything
I
until
don't
my
have a pussy
president.
cat.
Not even a pussy cat
Cat.
in the
You're
UK.
idiots.
That's what she said.
And you remember how she was saying, me,
The only visa I need is to Bukedia. I don't
and
even want to go there.
I'll
I have
wait
nothing
for
there.
what my president says. Our president has spoken.
Guys, huh?
Our president has spoken.
Ask what did the president say.
So what did so the president, what did he say?
And this, I'm quoting his letter.
Yeah.
So then someone came out and said that it is fake.
Mbu.
Then another person said, you who has told you it's fake.
So we are on Mbu.
So we're on a lot of umbo.
Meanwhile, this business of letters coming out, again, the Ministry of ICT said this business of these letters and memos being leaked into the press has to stop.
Has to
That means
stop.
they're true.
Some are true, I think.
Some are fake.
Some I think are
But
doctored.
no one has come out to say fake news. So, we'll take it as Mbu. He has said, why would a Ugandan leader build or buy houses in the UK
Ding,
or
ding.
anywhere else abroad?
Ding,
When Uganda, the still underdeveloped country where she has earned the money, still needs those investments. It would definitely be a moral and ideological mistake. I therefore told the High Commissioner that the Uganda government would demand from the UK government more information about this. Attorney General, Ministry of Foreign Affairs to advise on how this can be done and the appropriate authority to go ahead and
fair
do it. So he has said, please, that pussy cat that she has in the UK,
We want it.
her dimes,
Tell us the name of
The
the
house.
pussycat, what it eats, where it lives.
because they said, listen, if she has dimes there, maybe that one we can look the other side. Maybe she's paying for someone who. is
But a
getting an
whole
education.
digs.
But a whole digs and a pussy cat. Please give us that info. Why? Yet was here, we're struggling for investment dimes. Use the money that you made here. You're taking it
That's
the
why
other
he
side.
didn't. That's why he didn't kunyanya her on that Bukedia house / hotel.
It is here.
Because it's like it is here.
The builders that she employed
as
were
she-
from here.
as she now waits for guidance from the appointing authority.
Actually, he said, I'm waiting for those guys to give me proof of that pussy cat. And then I will discuss with the ambassador and the attorney general
What
on
to
way
do,
forward.
What to do with the pussy?
Cat.
Cat. Yeah. So
He
that's
has
where we
her
lie
by
with
the
her.
pussy
It doesn't
cat.
look. It's a movie. This is
It's
a
a
proper
film.
movie.
You think?
But
Last time
really?
I told
You think she'll last?
I think she'll.
That it is you. No, you. Nansana. Get up. You can't do that in this house. You people, you're not going to take us for granted in this house. I have a level of patience. Can you come and apologize?
Sorry, Madam Speaker. For
I'm just happy, man. I'm happy. How do you steal from the most vulnerable people in the country? The most vulnerable people.
But she was found not guilty.
And you remember that stuff when people were saying that maybe the UK's motives were because she condemned the alphabet community?
Yeah.
Whether or not, as long as we arrive at justice, that's what matters.
I wish, sorry to cut you off, we could arrive at justice on the potholes of Kampala.
But they're working on them.
I read a report, not a report.
Aren't they working on them?
This is what I'm saying. I read an article in one of the dailies. Kampala Potholes says SFC. SFC stands for?
Special Forces,
Special Forces
Command.
Command.
Which has got to do special forces. Since when did potholes become special?
Have you seen potholes? They require special forces. There's no Miyamoto who's going to work on our potholes.
Kubanyo, baby.
Yeah, Kubanyo.
Kubanyo.
Special Forces Command reports that Kampala Potholes 75% coverage. They've completed 75%. I looked at this article in the paper and I said, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
75%.
So apparently, the assistant project manager who took journalists on a city tour indicated that close to 14,000 square meters of potholes have been sealed out of the 20,000 square meters under their scope of work.
So only 6K is remaining.
But where? You people, Anga have moved in Kampala, Anga there are still many. Where are they sealing? Which ones have they sealed?
And
They sealed Kororo.
we have sealed 75% in Kololo. Where are these?
I think that was it's a typo.
That's
We have sealed 75% of Kororo.
Of Kololo.
No. But go on. I want to hear what the report says.
We have sealed 75% of the potholes and certain to achieve 80% by the end of the week. That was last week. We shall embark on the 20% when the Kampala Capital City Authority avails the money. We still have 7 months to go since the schedule was 12 months. So basically, they're in.
But you know how SFC came into this conversation, right?
Why? Please explain because I'm so confused.
How?
So KCCA, for the record, for those of you who don't know, Kampala roads are not done by UNRWA. Let me look in the camera and tell you this. UNRWA does not do Kampala.
But they're the
UNRWA
Uganda
does
national
outside the Kampala. Kampala Capital City Authority's job is Kampala roads, the healthcare, and the tax collection of Kampala.
So URA is also not responsible for tax collection in Kampala?
No, yeah, they liaise with KCCA.
So wouldn't KCCA also liaise
But
with
I'm talking
UNRWA?
about small little things like the markets, what. But anyway.
Okay.
So KCCA takes a budget to repair the roads
Okay.
of 12 billion.
12 billion. Because there are many potholes.
Many roads that need complete, like these ones that
Yeah.
they're doing in Old Portugal, needs a new road.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's not just pothole coverage. 12 billion. Then somebody in SFC, I will not mention who, at the time, walked up to Mzee.
Let him
Who?
talk.
Teacher me.
Why? Does the person
Yes,
matter?
yes,
It matters.
Why does it matter?
Because that's what it is.
Mami,
No.
I like it. You know, you say.
Since you're going there, let's go there.
Okay.
Let's tickle that.
Okay.
I knew by that.
Let's tickle it. So,
Now you're not tickling. Now you're
That is
humming.
not tickling. That is rapturing.
Yeah.
the president said the idea of engaging the SFC in addressing the challenges of potholes in Kampala was sold to him by the then senior presidential advisor on special operations and now the chief of defense forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, aka his son.
So what did the then presidential advisor on special
He
operations
said,
tell
you
him?
guys, me, I can do this job for easy 2.7 billion.
Of
Mukubire Mungaro.
the 12 that
Mukubire
KCCA was
Mungaro.
asking.
Put down your phone and clap, bloody fucking. Start clapping.
This is expensive.
Very much. This is the same guy. This is wait. This is the same guy who will tell me that when another guy who is not Muhoozi comes and says we can do this job for KCCA is a liar and a chicken thief. You say, you see these thieves? You see these thieves, Marcus? They want to steal our money. Now, because it is Muhoozi who has said, Your Excellency, these people are lying to you. SFC, the soldiers that you have, can do this job for 1/8 of the price. Speak.
So, he's going to do the job cheaply.
No, cheaper. Not cheaply, cheaper.
It's still,
No.
Still a billion. It's 2.7
Alright,
billion.
cheaper,
That is not
cheaply,
cheap.
Tomato, potato.
No. There's a big difference between cheaper and cheaply.
Anyway, according to Marcus's words, he's going to do it cheaper. All right? Have you seen some of the roads that have been done purportedly by SFC?
Me, I'm asking
Hold
where?
on, I'm coming to you, my dear. And I want you to answer, not Marcus, because Marcus is an idiot. You, the roads that SFC has regraded or filled the potholes, some of them, what has already happened?
Which road?
I'm waiting for answer. TikTok.
She doesn't know.
She knows.
But me, I'm asking where? Because I haven't seen any roads
Okay,
being.
I'll answer.
So I'm answering. I just am asking you where.
No.
Where?
Let me be in the answer. These roads in Kampala are being done by SFC. We know that.
Not all of them.
But where? Me, I haven't seen
point
any
is-
Not all of them.
Already, as we speak, because of the rains, the potholes are coming
Finished.
back because of your 2.7 billion shillings. Stupid.
But now,
So you want to pay the 12?
I want you to be realistic. Don't do it cheaply, but do it at a rate which you know the roads are going to be done quickly. Because now,
Well, we're not going to come back
the
to
roads
the
are coming.
problem.
Yeah, it's a vicious, stupid cycle.
So let me ask you a question.
Don't ask. I'm tired of your questions.
So that 2.7 billion, we're going to come back and ask for another 3
and let me
billion
ask you a question.
to
And let me ask you a question. You will come back and ask him. Before this, before SFC came into the conversation, KCCA was fully handling the roads. Correct? Yes. Now, of the roads that KCC was handling at bills of 2.7 billion, where are the roads today? It's how we have ended up in this Manyanga. Correct. So we were paying 12 billion plus.
And it failed.
It failed. We're getting back to this same monkey. To the point where now we have gotten to the point where we have to do them all over again. Okay? Now, there's a point where you realize that when we are just what you call patching up, patch up and rains come. And the rains that received were not rains like any other. It is going to get messed up. Unless you are redoing the road from scratch, that pothole will return during the rainy season. It's not rocket science. It's going to happen. Doesn't matter whether SFC does it, Chinese do it, or bloody God. It's going to happen.
Take God out of it.
Okay, blasphemous. Fine. But you know what I mean. It doesn't matter when you're doing a patch-up job. Rains will mess it up. What should be doing is, you say, guys, we are not going to do a patch-up job. We're going to redo the whole road. This is what they're doing on Portobello Road, industrial area, blah, blah, blah. Places where we are saying, this road needs a new road.
An overhaul.
A complete overhaul. Which is why now, as you can see, they've started with drainage, blah, 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 blah. Because now you are working on everything backwards. It is not Murimech Turiwano, just cover. It rains, this cover goes. It's going to happen. Whether SFC do it, KCCA do it, Gaetano does it, doesn't matter.
So you're saying that either way, we are royally fucked.
No. What we're saying is that if we're doing a patch-up job, and that's what SFC said, you can't do a patch-up job for 12 billion. We know it's going to get messed up. Patch-up job is temporary. That's why it's an eighth of the cost.
Let me tell you something, Marcus.
You tell me I've not made sense, one Mark, because this one I know he's switched off right now.
Be honest. Who's right? Anne-Marie, who's right?
This is not about being right.
Who's right?
It's not about being right.
You just told her. You just asked her.
No, I've just said if I've made sense. I'm not saying I'm right.
Who has made more sense, sir?
No, Shisanyama is a beautiful place. Listen, both of you have made sense, but I feel like
He's the same guy who's going to come and say people are stealing our money.
No.
Some guy comes and says, I'm saving you money.
You are repeating yourself. Please, don't become like a banana and be stupid. Don't. You can't peel a banana twice. Once it's peeled, it's peeled. Finished.
I think maybe his frustration is because you're charging us less to fuck us the same.
No, it's because of the person who suggested the money.
Not because of that.
It's about the person who suggested. Had it been a Chagurai. But are they foolish?
By the way.
You see? You see my point?
So your problem
is about who?
Is who?
It's the who, not the what.
All I can say is that we as road users, have got the short end of the stick. Roads have been stolen from us. That's the long and the short.
Yeah.
We don't move around in convoys and move away traffic. We suffer in traffic. It ends up costing more. We have had roads stolen.
But the roads in Karungu 9 are good. Move there.
But Karungu 9...
Karungu 9 doesn't have Shisanyama.
You got to build Shisanyama in Karungu 9. There's not a single pothole in Karungu 9.
But you're talking about theft. Maybe not as big as a stolen road, but I don't know. Did you guys see the boy? Sorry to cut you short. You saw the boy who was talking about how when people steal phones, they bring them to him.
Hey!
On TikTok?
Yes. The student, he said he was a student of an
What did they grab him, eh?
Yes, they did. Kampala Metropolitan. They grabbed him by the short and curlies. So he's bragging about how, hey, for me, when they steal this iPhone, I can even put the operating system of an Android into it.
Then the guy said,
and then he's taking out,
what phone was that? Next, what?
I have the video.
Bakubye essimu yo. Essimu yo tomanyi gye wali, bagikusiseeko ku boda. Nze bagandeetera buli ku makya. Amasimu gammwe gajja. Wawuliddwako X ebadde ne black cover. Dear sir, your X right now is going to be running on tugenda giteeka mu system ya Tecno oba Android. So yena agenda ogula eno essimu muganda wange onansonyiwa. Nze bagaleeta mu nsawo everyday. Nkola gwa kukyusa operating system. Simu zammwe So like when you're learning ICT, like I be telling you guys, man, you will learn things that I will really be scared. Nze kati buno iCloud bwamwe mbuyitamu nga yo ate kati worst of all banaemwe abakozesa buno bu Android buno kano bakamusiseko ku macha kakyabuguma bakamubyeko Infinix kano kampi. Bro, I can crack this phone within seconds, just codes. Kana kasimu ko kasanga plugginga ini wano kaba kawedde toyina ogenda kafuna. Nchusa waneno serial number yo bro. Mino toyibalaga. So like muna ati sonyo abanayi ne sente zibuze. Se ensa wejiramu buli lunako ensa wejiramu oba PC. Nze simanyi nange ninawo ngena nenjikima. Nenchusa ebijiramu munda tegera ensa wejiramu amasimu gamu muri munene. Walogwe bakabyeko kachali brand new. Brother, I'm so sorry. Actually, kanziye kukanko. Sa, whoever you are, unansonyo overnight, nange nonya kasente. So if I become rich suddenly overnight, munda bamvuga ereri Benz yange eliwa. So kujibalaga. Erabika. If you see me driving a Benz soon, it was your phones that gave me money.
Now, this is the young boy.
Smug. He is so fucking smug. Kampala Metropolitan Police grabbed him. I think was it the next day after he put out the video. And then they started claiming, oh, no, we did the video for likes, what. Police said, please, we're going to hold you as we investigate this shit.
Yeah.
Because these are not claims. You just...
Okay. Phone theft has been on the rise. It's crazy.
Oh,
it's crazy. I've had
it's
2 phones
bad.
of mine stolen. But you just mentioned
90% your fault, though.
whatever. That's another story. You said he's smug. If you look at how he was smug when he was making that video for TikTok likes.
Also, he says, yeah.
Also, he says, to when he was
Under arrest.
he was humble.
Yeah, here.
Did you even see the picture of him kneeling? He was even kneeling.
When I'm
Like
Musonyi,
he's-
where- But do you honestly think he was doing it for likes? Or
No.
He
think
seemed a bit too confident about his
he's very
conversation.
confident.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it himself, what he was talking
He knows
about,
someone who does.
He knows someone who does it, or he helps someone who does
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I cannot believe that he's completely clean. I can't. I know he definitely has something
Okay,
to
can
do
we cheer to Kampala
with
Metropolitan
that
at
shit.
least?
Well, I'll cheers them. They actually caught
Yeah,
him.
and really
In a
quick.
day,
But it goes to show you
in a day after it went viral.
how social media has messed people. Definitely, he got likes because people are all over it. Definitely. Yeah, hold on, let me
Yeah, but he's going to enjoy the likes in the jail.
Okay, he'll enjoy the likes in jail. That's true, but social media really has confused this younger generation.
Has made
If
them
you're going to-
stupid.
And I'm not trying to promote thieves and like. If you're a thief,
Still in silence.
maintain shut up.
Yeah.
You don't go and say. Just.
But
for
you guys
likes.
have forgotten that clip back in the day of the guy who was saying Zendi Musalansa. I'm going to come back and do the same shit. We've looked for jobs. There's no jobs.
Jobs are not there.
So me, I'm going to cut your pockets. That is my hustle.
Marcus, do you remember?
No, but I was very happy when they grabbed him because I remember when they stole your phone. I was there.
Marcus.
You cried.
And when they stole your phone,
No,
when
mine
you were
was-
in the car.
Hey, yeah, when they snatched. Naguru. The Naguru boys, Mbamanyi.
But you know what, guys? I'm so glad that when we were growing up, there was really no social media for us
Yeah.
to do that. Otherwise,
Or cell phones.
or cell phones. Because if there
Was
was,
the landline in the house?
Hey.
Yeah, that was it. Kurr, kurr, kurr. You agree 7 p.m. Everybody's there at 7. Sharp.
because if there had been social media in nowadays,
You guys are stupid today. I wonder what you were like as kids, man.
Hey, Minash has jabbed us in Kavuyo.
are you okay?
Have I lied?
Tuvewano.
Hey, one night. Listen, we have to go. Thank you so much for being part of the last round shot here every single week at Shisha Nyama Village in Bugolo.
Shisa.
That's what I said. Shisha Nyama Village. A big thanks to our team over here, Globe Tech Entertainment, and of course, not forgetting.
Savannah.
I was coming to Savannah.
No, you are
but,
not.
But you people, we
You're
still
saying thanks to me.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
you're a veteran.
The one which came back saying, So the YouTube channel is the last round UG.
That camera. You look
Oh, sorry. That one was looking at me.
That is a wide. This is a single.
That means it still gets
Be
me.
focused.
It still gets me, doesn't it? One ma, the last round UG is the YouTube channel. Just go there, type the last round UG, and then it will bring up the page, and then click on the bell. It will show you whenever it's coming up, and then you can follow. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and now TikTok. It's still also the last round UG. Until next week.
Always drink responsibly.
I'd finished mine, but okay.
And you're a drunkard.
Yeah, we go. We go and get beer. But before we go, is there any Mchiko member here? You know who is a Mchiga?
Muchiga.
There's a deal.
I think Muchiga in the house.
Is there any Mchiga? Do you know Mchiga?
We all know Machiga, but we don't have them here.
Mnyankore. There's no Mchiga here. Let me tell you the deal. The deputy coordinator of the prevention of human trafficking in Uganda, Agnes, has warned of a new wave of traffickers targeting, quote unquote, able-bodied Bachiga men.
Why?
They export them to the neighboring here, Kenya, to work as casual laborers. But if you know anything about Bachiga, yes, they will work in labor, but they will also work.
Get your wife pregnant. So, traffic Bachiga at your own risk. But
So which Bachiga do
trafficking
you know?
those guys, Bachiga are strong. How do you?
How do you know?
But no,
How
but
do
they've
you
been given.
traffic them?
Yeah, good question.
How do you know they're strong?
Yeah. Mino, she also said pregnant. How do you know?
How do you know?
So she said strength and pregnancy.
Guys, it's late. It's late, Panang. It's late. It's late. It's late.